The clang of metal doors echoes through the narrow corridors, a harsh reminder of the confines surrounding him. Alex, a 28-year-old artist-turned-inmate, takes a deep breath as he settles into his new reality. The cell, with its dim lighting and cold concrete walls, contrasts starkly with the vibrant colors of his past, where dreams of painting masterpieces once danced in his mind. Now those dreams lie shattered, replaced by guilt and the weight of poor decisions that have led him here. As he gazes out through the small barred window, he contemplates the life he left behind: laughter with friends, spontaneous adventures, and the fleeting moments of freedom. Each memory feels like a distant echo, taunting him with what he has lost. Yet beneath the surface of despair, there lies a flicker of uncertainty. Perhaps within these prison walls, he might uncover a path toward forgiveness and redemption, even as shadows lurk around every corner. Alex sits on the edge of his cot, the weight of regret wrapping around him like a suffocating blanket. Thoughts of his past decisions swirl in his mind, the vivid memories taunting him with what could have been. He recalls the moments leading up to his incarceration, each choice a stepping stone toward this bleak existence. The dreams of becoming an artist, of creating beauty, now feel like echoes of a life forever lost. He remembers the joy of sketching landscapes and capturing fleeting moments on canvas, now replaced by the stark walls of his cell. As he stares at the peeling paint, regret sharpens into something palpable. Each fault line in the walls mirrors the fractures in his life, the broken bonds with family and friends. In this quiet moment, Alex grapples with his sorrow, realizing that while he cannot change the past, understanding his regrets might illuminate a path toward redemption. As the days blended into a foggy monotony, Alex found himself in the common area, his gaze drifting over the rows of faces etched with stories of regret and resilience. That's when he first met Malik, a presence that stood apart. The former lawyer, exuding an air of quiet confidence despite his circumstances, approached him. Their initial exchange was tentative, words exchanged like fragile glass, but there was an undeniable connection. Malik's tales of a life once filled with purpose contrasted sharply with Alex's own struggles, highlighting the stark disparities in their journeys. Yet, beneath their differing backgrounds lay a shared humanity, a bridge forged in the depths of despair. As their friendship blossomed, conversations shifted from mundane prison chatter to discussions of dreams, hopes, and the harsh reality of their shared confinement, allowing Alex to glimpse the flicker of trust that might break through the oppressive chains of isolation. As the days merged into an unvarying routine, the weight of loneliness bore down on Alex. Each morning blurred into the next, marked by the same clanging doors and distant shouts echoing through the cell block. In these moments, despair would creep in, whispering reminders of the world he had lost. Through the bars of his window, he could only glimpse fleeting shadows of freedom, amplifying his sense of isolation. It was during one poignant afternoon that Alex discovered the importance of connections in this grim environment. A shared game of cards with other inmates sparked a flicker of camaraderie, an unspoken understanding that they were all wrestling with their demons. Laughter broke through the heaviness, momentarily lifting the burdens they carried. Each play, each shared story, served as a lifeline to bridge the chasm of despair. In these small acts, Alex found the first glimmers of hope, anchoring him to a sense of belonging amid the chaos. As the days in prison blend into an unending cycle, the shadows of despair begin to hover over Alex. Locked in a world where silence is deafening, he struggles against the weight of his loneliness. But one day, a flicker of hope emerges when a local charity organizes art therapy sessions, inviting inmates to explore their creativity. Initially hesitant, Alex finds himself drawn to the room filled with canvases and paint. The sound of brushes scratching against surfaces soon drowns out the oppressive environment outside. Laughter mingles with the rustling of paper as inmates share their stories through art. For Alex, each stroke on the canvas becomes a testament to his suppressed emotions, a rebellion against the walls that confine him. This unexpected escape ignites something deep within him, a realization that perhaps, through art, he can rediscover parts of himself once lost, reigniting a flicker of hope that he feared was extinguished forever. With each brushstroke, Alex found a voice he thought was lost forever. The art therapy sessions unveiled a realm where emotions flowed freely, a stark contrast to the confines of his cell. He watched as vibrant colors danced across the canvas, a riot of expression echoing the chaos within. Laughter mingled with the sounds of brushes scraping against the textured surfaces, while the scent of paint filled the air, creating an unexpected warmth in the cold prison room. Each inmate brought their struggles to life, transforming pain into art. Sharing stories behind their creations, connections deepened, laughter punctuated the air, and newfound camaraderie emerged. Malik, painting a swirling tempest, spoke of lost dreams and resilience, resonating with Alex's own journey. In that moment, the walls began to feel a little less oppressive, as the transformative power of creativity joined them in a collective rebellion against despair, opening a pathway to healing previously thought unattainable. As the group therapy session began, the room filled with a palpable tension, a mixture of nervousness and anticipation. Inmates, each carrying the weight of their pasts, took turns sharing their stories, revealing painful truths about addiction, loss, and the misguided choices that led them to this place. Alex listened intently as the voices around him painted a vivid tapestry of sorrow and resilience. There was Jeremy, whose battle with substance abuse had cost him his family, Rachel, whose dreams were shattered by an impulsive decision, and Malik, reflecting on his wrongful conviction and the life he once had. Each narrative pulled at Alex's heartstrings, challenging him to confront his own regrets. Through the raw honesty that filled the room, a glimmering thread of understanding emerged, offering a shared sense of hope. This moment of vulnerability forged a deeper connection among the inmates, transforming their isolation into a newfound strength. As the weeks in prison stretched on, the internal conflicts within Alex intensified, a tumultuous battle between hope and despair raging in his mind. The moments spent in silence, reflecting on his identity and the decisions that had brought him here, proved both haunting and enlightening. During late-night stints, he grappled with the weight of his past, the friends lost to violence, the dreams extinguished by a moment's fury. Conversations with Malik became frequent anchors, grounding him amid the swirling chaos. They would exchange stories of their pre-incarceration lives, revealing the fractures in their narratives. Malik's insights into personal responsibility resonated deeply, prompting Alex to confront his own shortcomings. Each discussion chipped away at the walls he had built around his heart, inching him closer to a realization. Redemption was not just about the future, but also about understanding the pain of the past and the steps he could take to heal. Tensions rose in the cell block like a heavy fog, permeating every conversation and casting an ominous shadow over the daily routines. A gang-related incident flared up, igniting chaos as shouts echoed off the cold concrete walls. Alex felt his heart race, recognizing the all-too-familiar sound of fists hitting flesh and the sharp cries of fear and anger. His mind raced with thoughts of survival and loyalty, yet he grappled with the weight of his own principles. Locked down with his fellow inmates, each man's face reflected a mix of terror and hardened resolve. In the midst of the turmoil, Alex found himself pondering the cycle of violence, how easily it ensnared men like him, binding them to a fate they hadn't chosen. Malik's words echoed in his mind, urging him to confront his past instead of succumbing to its darkness. As the adrenaline faded, a deeper understanding of his choices began to crystallize. The chaos of the lockdown hung in the air, a heavy silence punctuated only by echoes of shouts and the rush of footsteps. As Alex sat in his cell, heart pounding, he replayed the gang-related incident in his mind. The violent eruption outside reinforced the reality he had been trying to escape. Loyalty could come at a high price. Conversations with Malik echoed in his thoughts, reminding him of the fragile line between survival and succumbing to the very cycles he yearned to break. The incident sparked a deeper reflection on loyalty within the prison walls, forcing him to confront the man he had become. As inmates returned to their cells, tense and shaken, Alex understood that behind each act of aggression lay a story marked by pain and loss. With every moment spent unraveling the roots of violence, the path to redemption became clearer, igniting a flicker of hope that the cycle could finally be challenged. As the days turned into weeks, the reality of prison life forged unexpected bonds among the inmates. During a workshop aimed at building community, Alex found himself surrounded by men he had initially viewed with suspicion. Their shared stories of hardship and regret created a sense of brotherhood that transcended their pasts. Laughter echoed through the otherwise solemn halls as they engaged in team-based activities, fostering a spirit of unity. Alex felt a shift within him, realizing that in the midst of despair, genuine friendships could flourish. Conversations became deeper, revealing the vulnerabilities each man carried. They discussed their lives outside the prison walls, yet grounded within the grim confines where compassion seemed a fleeting emotion. It was here, amid the noise of clanging metal doors and the distant sounds of shouting, that Alex discovered the profound impact of these connections, a lifeline that offered hope and a means to transcend the pain of their surroundings. As the weeks turned into months, the seed of an idea grew between Alex and Malik, a vision to hold an art exhibition that would encapsulate the stories of their fellow inmates. In the dim light of their shared cell, they brainstormed, fueled by a sense of purpose and the belief that their creativity could transcend the prison walls. Each piece created in art therapy was not just a canvas. It was a testament to pain, growth, and the human spirit's resilience. They discussed forgiveness, chance encounters, and the liberating power of expressing their truths through art. As they collaborated with other inmates, each artist contributed their heart and soul to the project, weaving a rich tapestry of experiences that spoke to their shared humanity. Together, they began to envision an event that could not only heal their wounds, but also challenge perceptions of life behind bars, igniting hope and connection amid despair. As Alex and Malik dive deeper into planning the art exhibition, the atmosphere brims with renewed energy and purpose. Each inmate contributes their unique story, transforming personal pain into artistic expression. Alex finds himself captivated by the tales of resilience, tales that echo with the shared struggles of loss, heartbreak, and unyielding hope. Together, they select colors and textures that symbolize their journeys, creating pieces that resonate not just with their experiences, but also with the universal quest for redemption. The workshop, once a place of despair, now thrums with creativity, laughter, and the occasional emotional release. Discussions flow freely, revealing vulnerabilities and aspirations, forging deeper connections among the inmates. The act of sharing their stories, once hidden behind walls, becomes a powerful tool for healing. Alex realizes that through their collective narratives, they are not just artists, but also architects of a future defined by compassion and understanding.